Today, I'm going to show you what we did today as like a part of our summer homeschool. So we started off with our group subjects. So we read a chapter of Stuart Little. We just finished George's Magic Medicine, I think a couple days ago. And so we're honestly flying through this. The kids love it. So we're going to continue to read that in the morning. Then we read a chapter out of the Children's Story Bible to both of my children because they both eat breakfast whenever we do it. So read a chapter out of here. Yeah. I'm glad you like it. We also read a fable out of here and had my daughter narrate it to me, but it was fun for my son to listen to. Then we listened to a poems out of here and out of here. They both have been loving both of these and they request them every day, so win. And then we read one story out of here. We read One Wolf. Let me see if I can find it. Illustrations are absolutely beautiful in here. Oh, here it was. So you can see what we read. The kids absolutely loved it. They love the drawings in it. There you go. So we read a story out of here and they loved it. Next, for history for my daughter, because it's the closest I'm grabbing, we read a story, 50 Famous Stories Retold. They're like 2-page stories. I don't remember which one we read today. This is the one we read today, actually. So just front, back, that was it. That's all we read today with that. And she narrated all of these to me today. So we did this one. We did a chapter out of Our Island Story. And we did, I think, 3 pages of Benjamin Franklin today. We own all of them. My kids really like them, so this is the one we're currently doing. These books I got from Ambleside online as well as this one, so we're going to be trying it out this summer and seeing how we like it and implement it for next year. So these are what we did for history and like our morning time. Like it? I do like it. So for English now, we read a story from Fearless Girls, Wise Women, and Beloved Sisters. These are like female empowerment, like retellings of like world stories. We've been reading through some of these with Blossom and Root. And so we've read a story out of here. She narrated. We did copy work with this out of her notebook. So we did this. Then she did handwriting practice with this. Yes, baby. She did some handwriting practice out of here. She did these 2 pages today, just practicing some copy work in her writing. It has improved a lot from the beginning of the year to where it is now, which I'm very happy with. We did a couple pages from Explode the Code in here. I had this left over and I just wanted to make sure her phonics are going good, as well as her foundations. We just kind of started it at the end of her 1st grade year. So she did copy work, spelling, talked about prefixes, and single Y vowels is what we went over today. And we also did go over her phonograms, but that's what we did for her math today. We also did math with confidence. We just did 1 lesson. We're right at the end. I don't know if you can see right there, right at the end. We're on week 31 and we're almost done with that. And then, sorry, I forgot to grab this. We are also finishing up Alpha. We are on week 19, so we did 19A today. And I just rip it out and I give it to her. And so that's where we are with that. I go in between letting her do it in here and then the workbook, so that's why you see just like random chunks out of here. So that's what she did for math today. And then also I'm looking at a new curriculum for next year. So tried out Singapore Dimensions, like their practice test, to see where she was with that. So we also did those, which was a few pages long. So we did a little bit more math than we normally do, but that's okay. Then for my preschooler, we did preschool math at home. Thank you, baby. I'll take it in a little bit. We did preschool math at home. We just did one of the lessons. We really like math with confidence and Kate Snow. So we just did match claps, do counters. That's all we did. Required counters. I think we used rocks instead is what we did. And then I got these off of Teachers Pay Teachers. So we just practiced 3, writing 3. He needed help writing 2 because he tried. So that's what we did. And then this is also off of Teachers Pay Teachers. So he practiced driving 3 with his cars, and then we wrote it, and then he built 3 with, I think, more rocks is what he did today. Then this is his little like no prep binders, what I got from the Moffat girls. So currently still doing January, just he hasn't finished it yet. So we worked on, where is it? We only did one page out of this. See if I can find it. Oh, he did cut and paste, big and little, sorting them out. That's what he did out of this one today. Then we also did a couple pages out of Doodles and Pre-Writing for Littles from The Good and the Beautiful. So, okay, baby. We did a couple pages out of that today. And then for letters, I printed this from the Gentle and Classical Press from their morning binders. So he wrote M today, and then he traced it and then circled the M's. He likes erasing it after and doing it a few times, and we've had this for so long. It's actually finally broke. Then we also did the phonemic awares. This is from the Moffat girls as well. So we did a lesson. This is what it looks like on the inside. And then we practiced his phonograms from Logic of English Level 1. We're just going over the sounds every day. He's actually got some of them down. Then finally, we do calendar every day. I got this from Target for like $10 a couple years ago, and we just go through it and we do calendar time. I've been a slacker this month, so we've been doing it for the past few months. He gets to put a Bluey sticker, and he likes to cover up his writing because he doesn't like how he writes. So he covers it up, as you can tell right here. I don't know if you can see, he wrote 5, but then covered it up. We just go over days of the week, months of the year, all that fun stuff, and practice writing and saying today's date. And then I got these Bluey stickers from Hobby Lobby. So that's what we did for some of him. And then the rest of the curriculum, we use playing preschool. So this was the main chunk of what we did today. So we had to read The Very Hungry Caterpillar was the main book that was supposed to be for today. And then I also added If You Give a Pancake, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and If You Give a Moose a Muffin. And since today's theme was fruit, we read The Fruits We Eat by Gail Gibbons. And then to make it fun, we painted the letter M with marshmallows. My kids are picking up, so if you hear crashing, I am sorry. And then we stamped carrots, and I tried to make them into shapes so you can kind of see squares and some triangles, but I did not do a very good job. But he stamped with carrots today is what he did. So that's what he did for his school today. And then, finally, we have started botany finally officially today because we just finished up our human body unit. So we did the Burgess Flower book. I'm really happy I got this one instead of the other one that had the original pictures in it, because you have real pictures of what you're actually learning about. So we learned about the skunk cabbage today. That was what we learned about. And my kids, this is their watercolor. She sketched it out, and then I wrote her narration down for her. And then this was my son's attempt at it. He's only 4, so this is, I think, pretty good for him. We are using the Homeschool glue, Buds, Blooms, and Bees Botany Science. We just did lesson 1 today because we just started it. So we watched a video about cabbage skunk. We watched Then It's Spring. We read The Plant Kingdom from Trees, Leaves, Flowers, and Seeds is what we did. So we read a couple pages out of that. And then tomorrow we're going to discuss Meadow because she has a doctor's appointment, so we're probably not going to get to it, but that's fine. That'll be fun. And we'll be able to go on like a nature walk after the doctor's appointment. Then we also read a page out of Big Book of Blooms. Let's see if I can open it. It was like the first page because we were talking about the flower families and like flower kingdoms. So we got to read this. My daughter was so excited. She loves these books. We have the Beast one because we did zoology at the beginning of the 1st grade year. So this book is just really big. But we got to read some of this. So she was very excited. And I forgot to add, so my daughter does a chapter reading this to me before we start our language arts. And then she reads this. She's been reading The Magic Tree House for like 10 minutes independently for the summer. So she's getting through it, practicing her independence, then still practicing reading to me, still doing the same level. And then, sorry, I had to go grab the book real quick. She had to read, where is it? The Best Nest to me with her Logic of English lesson. So she did do a good amount of practice reading to me as well as part of her schooling. So lots. And then my daughter also did Spanish online as well. She does that on the computer, but that's what we did for homeschool today for a preschooler as well as a 1st grader transitioning into 2nd grade this upcoming year. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.